everybody, and welcome to the month of September. This is the 9th month of the year, and so I want to share a little something about the number 9 and the energy that the number 9 holds. 9 is the energy of the humanitarian. It's really inviting us to be human again, to remember our humanity. The world is getting so chaotic and out of control, and there's so much change happening, so many distractions happening, that we're forgetting to be human. I see 9 like a circle. It reminds us to reconnect to what's important and get back to the oneness that humanity is. And then we take that oneness, the love that connects us all, and we drive it down into the planet. Because the earth too is transforming. And this way, we can grow together and be a beautiful contributor to the planet. That's the number 9. The 9 energy reminds us to be socially conscious. You may feel deeply concerned about the state of the world and feel called to contribute to the betterment of the planet in some way. Or maybe you feel helpless. Maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum and you feel like you're spiraling into this negative vibration where you're feeling withdrawn, distracted, aloof, moody, timid, uncertain, fearful, anxiety, all those negative emotions that the 9 can also stir up, the 9 energy. So you may feel a little bit of that in September. You may feel disappointed in life's realities. You may feel unsatisfied with your own life, with where you are heading, where the world is heading. We're all feeling the weight of the world right now. And 9 being a very empathetic energy, we're going to be feeling it probably more than usual in September. I am here to remind you, the choice is yours to operate as an active contributor toward the good of our planet, or fall into the traps of the worldly issues that are happening. I know it's easier said than done, but your life is all about perception and how you view things. September in the number 9 gives us the opportunity to step back, eliminate the distracting beliefs that prevent us from living a full life and fulfilling life. You're here to experience the beautiful evolutionary process that's taking place here. The very reason we chose to be here at this time. Remember who you are. Remember that you are a soul. You are a beautiful spiritual being having a human experience. Let's not forget that. And no one can take that away from you. No one. So set those fears aside, because September invites us to set those fears and that anxiety of being right or wrong and fearful of who wins this race, because transformation is happening in us, around us, and within everybody. We are all supposed to be evolving to this greater, grander version of ourselves, tapping into higher consciousness. And that is why we are being so heavily distracted right now, to prevent us from evolving. Do not allow this to continue to happen. September is a great month for introspection. It's typically also the end of a cycle. So take note of the last 9 months of your life. What's been occurring? What has changed? What needs to be released and what needs to be celebrated? Focusing on what we're grateful for and celebrate those things. Count your blessings. That's how we activate our blessings. Take an inventory on what's working and discard what isn't working for you. For example, if you find yourself glued to the news and so attached to the outcomes of who wins a race that's causing stress and anxiety and fear, then just please take a break from it all. Step away and take a break. Just know this. Everyone is feeling it, regardless of which side of the fence you're on. There is fear generated on both sides. I will tell you this. As an observer of this process, and a researcher of human behaviors and development, which I do every day when I watch the news and what's happening in our world, I've watched both sides. The behaviors are the same. Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? The truth is You have a purpose here, and that is your sole purpose, to grow, evolve, and become a better version of yourself every day. Fear is preventing us from doing so. So please don't buy into the fear. Trust me, I spent a few days watching both sides of the news, and my anxiety went sky high. I found I was depressed, and all these really disturbing videos kept showing up in my feed, and it can be addicting. I get that. I'm like, wow, look, I'm observing myself going through this process. So I personally am taking September to myself and reconnecting with who I am and why I'm here, and spread love and good energy to all, especially our planet. And I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you, if you pray, if you meditate, to keep planet Earth in your prayers. Surround it with a white light and breathe the love into our Mother Earth. She needs it so desperately, as do all of us. So I encourage you to continue purging, clearing the deck of negative beliefs and negative behaviors, things that just aren't serving you anymore. Let them go so you can allow space for the new desires to manifest in your life. If we're so distracted, stressed out, and filled with anxiety, that's all we're creating more of. So at some point, you just got to stop. Stop the craziness and say, I want to get off this ride. 9 is the humanitarian energy, as I said. So rise above the separation that is being intentionally manufactured to weaken us, and then intentionally reconnect with nature, your higher self, and whatever power you believe in. Put your energy here, not in the worries of right or wrong, or concerns of what others believe to be true, or what the media wants us to believe. Oh my God. Bring our focus back to our humanity. Connect with nature. See the beauty in your life. Our future depends on us all. We all have a responsibility to our own humanness. We signed up for this, and it's time we remember who we are. We're better than this. We're better than this. I'm wishing you an amazing month of growth, connection, and introspection. Stay fabulous and keep shining. Have a great September, and I'll see you soon.
Hello, Nowhere to Knowing family. It's Mary Herder with your September transformation forecast. And what Spirit is sharing with me in this month of 9 is really tuning into intuition, maybe kind of stepping away from some of the anger or feelings, emotions that are no longer serving you. It's like you're turning your back on them and you're walking away. They're saying strongly to trust in your intuition, really checking in. It might be a time to learn something new. You may have thought perhaps that you knew something, but it's time to step out of your comfort zone and observe and see what's going on around you. Because with that quiet observation, that will help you maybe stay out of that emotional instability and the craziness that seems to be going on around us. They do say go with the flow, so kind of stay in your lane. Don't get caught up in everything that's going on out in the world. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on what you want to create. This is a transcendence kind of a moment. It may feel very lonely to you in this 9 energy, but just know by moving forward, kind of keeping your head down, just go with that flow, there is going to be reasons for celebration going forward. That's what they're showing me very clearly. And it's a lot of the mind versus emotion, kind of a feeling. You may know it's like, oh, okay, I have to remind myself not to get caught up in the nitty-gritty of what's going on in the world, being in that observation place so that you could actually observe yourself and see, okay, I really don't want to go down that path, because every time I go down that path, it ends not very well. So Spirit is just saying, stay in your lane, observe. There's no reason to let emotions run hot and fiery. Just really put the damper on that. If it's a time that you just need to perhaps spend a lot of alone time, time away from the computer, from the TV, Spirit is saying absolutely do that, because you are in control. You are the only one that can control your emotion, your screen time, and every action you take. You can control your thoughts. You have superb power. And they're also showing me this banyan tree. And what that reminds me of is the big banyan tree that was in Lahaina in Maui in Hawaii. And even though they had that horrific fire, this banyan tree is using perhaps, the carbon and all the ickiness from that fire and just beautifully coming back to life. And they're showing me that we can do the same thing. We can expand. We're secure in ourselves. We don't need anything out there. Everything that we need is in here. So meditation, walking in nature, spending that quiet time will really be able to, I guess, rebuild, refuel, and keep you moving forward and not devolving into craziness that is definitely going on around us. They're also saying that there's some kind of a bridge, like there's a before and after, and you're kind of acting as a bridge. You're a teacher, you're learning by observation, but others can also learn from you by observing your behavior, your calmness, the way that you carry yourself. It reminds me of the tarot card, the Hermit, where there's a little lantern that the tarot card of the Hermit carries, and there's just a small little glow of light, and that's all that the Hermit can see, is just that little glow of light around them, or him or her. So really that's kind of what you're emulating in this 9 energy, is that Hermit, and kind of just being aware of your light, where you're shining, and focusing on you. And seeing what you can do, what can you create. And they're just saying, step away from the nitty-gritty craziness of what's going on around us in the world, because really that doesn't serve you. It takes you away from your purpose, from your creation, your ideas, your intuition, connecting with Source, Spirit, God, whatever you call the creator of all that is. That craziness takes you away from that. It kind of causes your emotions to go to a lower level, and that frequency just is not going to jive and isn't going to work with you trying to connect with the creator of all that is. But that's by design. All of the craziness wants to take you out so that you cannot be who you know you can be, and create what you know you can create, because absolute potential is unlimited. So just you decide, what do you want to create and what's holding you back? Figure out, how do you get around what's holding you back, and focus on that creation. Meditate on that creation. There's amazing work by Dr. Joe Dispenza. His meditations, his supernatural book, really helps you create wild, amazing, crazy things. So I hope that helps. I hope you have a great September. And just remember, stay in your lane. Don't get emotional. Have a great one. Take care. Bye-bye.